Chest. Test. Test.
Where am I sitting, Marcio? Sure. Oh, sorry.
I want to try something different.
Where's my computer? Oh, for fuck's sakes, am I not charged? Thanks for joining us here for first end action of the Driving Force Decks International out here in Abbotsford Curling Club. Just running some tests here to make sure we're going well. You're watching the first end. Thanks for joining us here for first end action of the Driving Force Decks International out here in Abbotsford Curling Club. Just running some tests here to make sure we're going well. You're watching the first end. So here on the second end of play, it's Team Matsumara with last rock advantage. You're watching Draw 1 on Sheet 3 here. We'll be bringing you Sheet 3 action all weekend long here at the Driving Force International Tankard. Tyler Klimchuk throws third rocks here for Team Richard. Just a little heavy there, bouncing off, and nice opportunity here with last rock advantage for Team Matsumara to make the hit and roll. Third stones are thrown by Tetsuro Shimizu here. This team's had success here. I'm not sure if it was the whole team here, but definitely the skip has won the event here in the past and won an event also in Oakville back in 2018. So a really experienced team here in the field. Other than Team Tardy and Team Cotter and Team Giel, probably the most experienced team in the field here in Abbotsford. quite what was asked for there, but the good news is both the shooter and the rock they jammed on rolled in the rings there, so it's a lonely yellow rock here in the first end of play for Team Richard. We're on skips first here in the first end, and just in the way there, but it looks like Team Matsumara sitting shot rock and Jeff second, but third, fourth, and fifth are belonging to the team from Japan. You are watching Draw 1 at the Abbotsford Cash here. Title sponsor is Driving Force Decks International Limited, and tour sponsors are Best Western and Bel Air Direct, who are bringing this to you this week on the BC Curling Tour. So Jeff Richard, looks like he's looking to make a freeze here. Didn't have a chance to introduce them to kick off the game, but it's Reese Gamache and Corey Chester on the front end here, and they're just going to chop and lie off their own, and looks like that's going to work out just fine. So shot stones, Team Richard. Couple options here is obviously the run back's an option, maybe the out-turn tap as well they're looking at here, but if yellow is shot stone, you might see that that run back played here. I'd also like to recognize Curl BC and Via Sport and the Hosting BC program for supporting all events on the BC Curling Tour this year. Abbotsford is our third stop on the tour. We've been in Golden Ears and Vernon, and now here in Abbotsford, and I'd like to thank all those involved in making it happen, especially our sponsors. So, looks like they've elected to play the run back here as expected. So Yuta Matsumara throwing the skip stones here. This team's from Hokkaido. Coached by Bob Ursel this weekend, BC player and former teammate Jim Cotter, who's also in the event this weekend. Playing Sean Giel right now over on sheet 5. So here we go with the run back. Nice result there. Leaving Team Richard shot stone, but again, it's a lonely rock there with second, third, and fourth rock belonging to Team Matsumara. So lots of recent success here for this team, obviously, at the 2019 Men's World Curling Championships. Qualifying for that was big, and then when Team Matsumara got there, went on to a fourth place finish where they lost to the team from Switzerland. So this team, not only winning a couple tour events last season, also had lots of success within Japan and qualifying for those World Championships. So Jeff's going to stick with the call, just looking here to get second shot. I don't know what the discussion was there, whether Corey was maybe questioning if hitting a rock and rolling in might have been an option there, but Jeff seeing a chance here to keep the offense on. He's looking to sit 2 behind the center guard here. Be our first chance to get a time. Sorry, I missed it. So important here to get second shot or be guarding that. And it's going to come up a little bit light. There'll be no run back, but the question is there a tap left there for Team Matsumara? And I think so. I think the intern tap looks like it might be there, but they're having a look. Depends on the curl we're seeing here. It's a pretty tight guard, but lots of room after it. Also, the trouble though is where is that yellow rock going? If you can't get to the nose, you're probably just tapping it into your own red. So they're just going to draw for their one here, and mission accomplished if you're Jeff Richard and Tyler Klimchuk. So they'll be happy with that. So Yuta Matsumara looking to draw the 4-foot here in the first end. Managing the rock down the ice is Shinya Habe and Yasumasa Tanida. 14-4 on the hog-to-hog time, and that one's going to be back 4-foot. Mission accomplished. So one for Team Matsumara here in the first end of play, and we'll be back in just a moment with second end action from the Driving Force International here in Abbotsford, BC. You're watching Girl BC TV.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight, you gotta see this. Look, 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 look.
Shh, I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
So we're in pool play here. It's a 10-team pool event. Reese just being asked to make the double takeout here, or it might just be a hit and stick, but main thing is to keep the shooter in play. But like I said, 10-team pool play. In this pool is also Dane Gagnon, Neil Dangerfield, and Daniel Wenzek. So that's how this pool is rounded out. Our other pool includes Roger Chan from Vancouver, Jim Cotter, Rob Dennis, Sean Giel, and Jason Montgomery, who has a guest player with Paul Checa playing as Jason just had a baby. So congratulations to him and his wife Megan, but he's away this weekend. So the top 2 teams in each pool will make the playoffs. Nice shot from Reese there, making the hit and stick around. And now we're just looking to see a nose hit made here and probably kill everything. Anywhere on the high side's fine too. Oh, nice shot there, and the hit and roll here is made by Corey. Should see a chance to use the corner guard fairly soon here for Team Richard.
Telestrator. Okay, so basically you come here and you draw with the mouse.
Okay, cool. Keep me on mute for a minute.
Yeah, you're good to go. You can sit here.
So we saw the hit and roll out happen there, and gave Team Richard a chance to draw around the corner guard. Corey just came up a little bit heavy there. Hoping to keep that one in front of the tee line, obviously. So a little bit of an undercurl there for Team Matsumara, and Tyler Klimchuk's looking to make the freeze here and set up some nice angles if he can. Really well swept rock here by Corey Chester and Reese Gamache. That's just a great rock. So it looks like Team Richard's line 1 right now with last rock, and team from Hokkaido here is just deciding whether to play a freeze here or if they want to move that a little bit.
So I'm still getting fooled at how.
So the call here is a freeze tap. So basically, the little bump's okay, but freeze is the call. This is thirds last here in the second end of play. Draw 1, sheet 3. Team Matsumara versus Team Richard here. We'll be bringing you curling all weekend long from sheet 3 here. So have a look on curlingzone.com and see who those games are. I believe it's the men's game I'm bringing you later on tonight. I'll update you on that game shortly. So a little bit of an overcurl happening here, and a really nice chance coming up here for Team Richard. Lion shot rock, and it's really not going anywhere now for sure. So just looking to weld to that one now, and lie 2 here. So well swept, but coming up a little bit light here, and still shot stone is Team Richard, and question is, can Matsumara maybe corner freeze to that yellow on the tee line? And really then that yellow that Tyler just threw is acting as a guard almost. It's funny, it goes another foot and a half, it's perfect. So a bit of a weight sensitive shot there, and obviously the tolerance might have been to bump that a little bit. But still a nice shot though, not an easy situation here for Team Matsumara. So maybe just top 12, biting the top 8 there is the way to go. While they're talking things through here, just like to recognize the title and presenting sponsors of the BC Curling Tour, Bel Air Direct and Best Western. Check out their information on the Curl BC website to see how you can save up to 19% on booking a hotel room with Best Western, and also save on your insurance by combining your home and auto insurance at the Bel Air Direct website there. So just go through the Curl BC website to see the member benefits that are available to you. Also like to recognize the title sponsor of the event, Driving Force Decks International here. They've been supporting this event for a long time, and yeah, it's a nice first game to be watching here. Team Richard, who's had some success so far this year on the BC Curling Tour, playing a former champion of the Abbotsford event here, Team Matsumara from Hokkaido, Japan. So really excited to be bringing you first draw action here. There are no time clocks here at the event, and so teams have all the time they need to kind of talk things through. Like I said, this is the third event on the BC Curling Tour. The BC Curling Tour is supported by Curl BC and Via Sport. That's how the live streaming is coming to you this weekend. And for the events previous, the top 2 teams on the BC Curling Tour will earn a direct entry to the men's and women's provincials happening in Cranbrook, BC, coming up here later this year. So this is one of those events that will accumulate to decide who gets a direct entry into the provincials. Teams can also qualify via the CTRS, so there'll be a team that gets a direct entry based on their results in events right across Canada. So right now, obviously, Team Tardy and Team Cotter are kind of vying. Well, Team Cotter's defending champion, so Team Tardy's sort of leading the race in that regard right now for the CTRS spot. Team Tardy will be there because they're defending. Or sorry, Team Cotter will be there because they're defending champion. There we go. Rock's thrown now, so just looking to make the freeze. Really a nice shot there. Maybe a little underswept, but well executed nonetheless. Jeff's wondering if he can get to the nose and maybe get everything moving a bit, but really nice shot there from the skipper. Yuta Matsumara. So teams will play everybody in their pool, so 4 round robin games, and the top 2 teams, or top 4 teams overall will advance to the playoffs. So sorry, not top 2 teams in each pool, but the top 4 teams overall will advance to the playoffs. Just a little clarification there. I'd like to thank our host, the Abbotsford Curling Club managed here by Kent Bird, so he's also the organizer of the Cashspiel. So thanks to him and his office manager, Della Bird, who are taking care of things, and all the other volunteers at the Curling Club this weekend who are helping out. Updated scores for every sheet can be found on curlingzone.com. That's being updated by volunteers upstairs, so thanks to the ladies and gentlemen up there that are doing that. So Jeff here, just looking to get as close to the nose as he can on this red one. Bit of an audible here because it was running straight, and ooh, they got away with it, and they'll lie 2 or 3 out of that. Might have worked out better than what they were trying, but definitely at least lying 1 here, and apologies, we just don't have those overheads. Not quite able to tell who is shot stone. Or second shot stone.
Well, that's what I mean. As soon as the weight's up, it's not curling, and it seems like all the time, even on the ground, it's not really breaking inside.
So it looks like Team Richards lying 3 here, and but the good news for Team Matsumara is they get to throw the same shot they just threw, looking to make the corner freeze here. on the rock on the tee line. It's a little tighter earlier, so they're on it right away. Great sweepers here on this team, and lots of room now. Ooh, and it doesn't quite curl enough for him there, and it looks like he'll at least be able to get to 3/4 of that one and spill it out of there. Nice shot here from Jeff Richard, and it's 2 for sure, and it looks like 4, but we'll let the thirds confirm. Measures happening for sure. Three for sure. So the team from Hokkaido on Thirds last rocks, they're kind of decided to play offense, and obviously came back to bite them there. No full misses, but never quite could make that freeze to get themselves out of the end, and paid the price there a little bit, giving up a big end here, either 3 or 4 in the second end. So it looks like it will be 4 yellow. So Team Richard's going to be leading 4-1 after 2 ends of play. You are watching the Driving Force Decks International Cashspiel here in Abbotsford, BC. Draw 1 action. We'll be back in just a moment.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You got to see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back to the third end of the Driving Force Decks International Cashspiel here in Abbotsford, BC. So corner guard there thrown, and Jeff's with a 3-point lead here, just looking to sit 2 now. So that first might have been a little deeper than Reese wanted, and chance to make up for that here with the second though. Just looking to put this one top 12, top 8 foot. Nice pair there for him. So a nice call here from Team Matsumara. They're making use of the corner guard they threw right away, and going to ignore what's happened there over in the 4 foot here. Scoreboard kind of reflects this call. You know, you really need to sort of create some offensive opportunities, and those 2 yellows could be helping you later as soon as you bump them behind the tee line anyhow. Nice execution there and well swept, and perfect rock behind the guard, and sometimes with the 5 rock free guard zone, you really need to defend against it, right? And that's an example here. Is even though he's up 3, Jeff needs to throw a bit of a guard here to protect these 2 yellows, and not able to play a hit or peel. So looking to just throw this one top 12. Even a tight guard's good. So a little deep there for Corey. Would have liked to see that rock just as a tight guard now. So chance for the hit and roll to be made for Team Matsumara, and sit 2 maybe, or have 2 behind the corner guard. So rolls the other way there, but key was there keeping the shooter in play. Chance though for the double to get made here, and that would really get Team Richard in any trouble that they're kind of in right now. But so chance for Corey to make the double. Corey Chester calls Victoria, BC home. This team's made up of guys from all over the province. Nice shot there from Corey Chester, and good call from Jeff. Team Richard now sitting 3 here, leading 4-1, playing the 3rd end. Sorry, I'm not quite doing my job here. I got to get everything updated on the board. Jordan Kiss, your regular host, will be back tomorrow. I'm Will Sutton. I'm here for the draws tonight. Obviously, this 5 p.m. draw here tonight, and I'll be back with you for the 9 p.m. draw tonight. I will let you know who that game is here shortly. I'm just getting to that still. So Tyler Klimchuk looking to make the short run back here and leave his team line 3 here in the third end of play, leading by 3. Line 2, sorry. Nice shot there from Tyler. So third's last here for Team Matsumara. This is thrown by Tetsuro Shimizu. So Jeff here just looking to throw board weight or so and remove this rock from the back 4 foot. He doesn't really want to come right to the nose, so that would just leave Team Matsumara with a chance maybe to freeze to that yellow and have it not go anywhere. So it would be nice to actually roll this a little bit, not to leave an opportunity for a freeze for Team Matsumara to maybe give themselves a deuce opportunity here. They worked pretty hard this end to accomplish a force, and would like to make sure of that here. So Reese just looking to get this one to curl as much as he can, and nice shot there, and that I think is probably better than coming right to the nose and sticking around there. So good shot. So getting late here in the third end. Team Matsumara would like to score a deuce, but they obviously want to be realistic about things here and ensure they can at least score a point here. So freeze is likely to be the call, and with that rock in such a threatening place. Another option would maybe be to go around the corner guard, and hopefully Jeff chases it and misses, but nice call here to freeze to the rock on the button.
Clear.
So I don't believe the call there was to come around that one. I'm not certain. I might have missed a change of call. But and nonetheless, it came too far, and Team Richard is still lying 2. So chance now to really put the offense on here and maybe steal a point now. So this is where they're kind of shifting from thinking about forcing to maybe how can we steal one now.
Clear here.
So Corey's just coming down to kind of confirm the best location, and they really want to force a draw here out of Matsumara for sure, and they also want to decide though is how they can make that scoring area as small as possible. And it looks like the ideal spot is right about here. So looking to put another yellow one right about there, and that would be ideal. That was my first chance to use the telestrator, everyone. I know it might have been a little desperate, but I wanted to give it a go. Reese Gamache is on the rock here sweeping, and Corey Chester's outside. Looking to put this one just top button, maybe top 4 foot. It's over curling a little bit right now, so you might see him come off of it. Pretty nice shot there from Jeff Richard. Going to force the out-turn draw here, and has a little bit of backing, but not easy here in the third end. Okay.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
I still was it? No, never. No, I pulled it up.
I thought it was really
You thought it was good?
Miles to go, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional.
Nice center guard there. So Team Richard has last rock advantage here, trailing by 2. Looking to keep this one in the top 12 to top 8 foot area. So a little deeper than asked for there, but needed to be swept to get by the guard. So Team Matsumara is asking here to draw right back down to the yellow one. Another option would be just to go around the center guard in front of the T line. That'd be a good place to leave this one in terms of tolerance too. Looks like that's actually the call. Sorry, I misunderstood the room signal. Thanks. So nice execution there from Shinya, and Jeff now looking to make the hit and roll away here. Did give an option though for Reese to make the split as well. So. Corey Chester's on this one, trying to keep it straighter. Just gonna wick, and I'm thinking the weight might have been a little down for the call shot there, but pretty darn close anyhow though. But yeah, he was looking to actually maybe remove that red one top 4 foot, so it might have not quite been hack weight. So trailing by 2 without last rock. Yatsumasa's just looking to make the freeze here. This team coming off a great season last year with a couple of victories, including one here in Abbotsford on the World Curling Tour, as well as qualifying through Japan for those World Championships and finishing 4th, losing to Switzerland. So had a great season last year. It's a little bit heavy on the freeze attempt there, and Corey Chester now is going to be asked to clean things up. And with the 2-point lead into last rock, Jeff was looking at peeling the center guard, and you might wonder why. And it's probably because that's the most threatening rock on the sheet to him right now. But yeah, and he's going to go with that. So looking to peel the center guard, and if he gets that one on the left side of the forefoot, your right side of the forefoot, as it's going by, that would be fantastic. Corey Chester here. Reese Gamache is trying to hold this one for line. Great sweeper here in Reese. And Corey's going to come on the wrong side of that one, and not ideal. So it looks like Team Matsumara is lying one right now, maybe two, but they're just looking to really protect that rock in the top of the forefoot. If anything, you'd want to guard a little more of the center line side. There might be a little double off that red one in the top 8 foot, and can sort of protect against that with a well-placed guard here. You were watching the 5th end of draw 1 action. Corey now looking to make the peel and kill one of those reds as well going by. Looks like this one's a little tight as well. He's close. Great result there, and he's going to kill everything, and that'll take a little pressure off Tyler for his next. Well done to Corey on that one. What a shot. So looking to make a hit and roll here, and still try to get a force out of this end. Obviously, you'd love to steal, but even a force here and scoring 2 and 6 keeps things alive and well if you're Team Matsumara. Tyler Klimchuk's first here, and really doesn't want to roll behind all that stuff. So we're looking just to make the nose hit here. A hair on the high side is even good, but not looking to roll behind his corner guard and give Team Matsumara something to freeze to. Let's track in a little bit here, and might be seeing a jam come up. All of a sudden the force is on here for Team Matsumara. If they may kind of think creatively here and how we can maybe turn this into a steal. And looks like he's going in the right direction here to call the center guard. Based on the scoreboard, even as halfway center guard here, if you can force Team Richard to throw a draw with their first, that's a good thing for you trailing by 2 without the hammer. So nice call here by Team Matsumara, looking to throw the center guard. Yeah, giving us enough tolerance here, saying yeah, even halfway is good. We're trying to force a draw here. It's really possible that Jeff might just peel if you do throw the center guard. Not likely, but possible. On the other hand, when you look at this shot, there's obviously some risk to it, right? So you're throwing a center guard, and Jeff may just decide to use that center guard and go around it. But there are still quite a few rocks to come here, and if your team Matsumara trailing by 2 without last rock, that's kind of a risk you're probably willing to take at this point in the game. So it'll be decision now time for Team Richard is, do you peel this center guard, and obviously that's setting up for a force of some sort with Jeff having to draw the 4-foot, or do you go around it and try to score your deuce? He is choosing to go around it here, and the key is about rock placement now for Tyler Klimchuk. So this rock anywhere in the top 12 to top 4 foot is acceptable. So in the 4 foot, obviously not ideal, and behind the tee line is a no-no for this one for sure. And both those things happen here. So if your team Matsumara, you're pretty happy with that outcome, and if your team Richard, you're obviously not. That was the risk in playing that shot, though. Another option it was to peel the guard, and that would have kept things kind of open and sure you could score a point this end. So, but really that one just comes down to execution. It's one of those shots where it only was missed by a foot or so, but really when you look at the tolerance, you could have thrown that to your sweepers, and so really it was missed by a few feet, right? The tolerance on that one was obviously top 12 or even a tight guard, and let your sweepers drag it to the appropriate spot, but Tyler knows that. So if this is made, you may see the run back, but it looks like he is going to be a little hot here and bounce off. So currently it's shot rock, Team Matsumara, but a chance for Jeff Richard to hit and roll in with his first here in the 5th end. Ten teams on the men's side of this event. The top 4 teams overall will make the playoffs. Women's has 8 teams, with all teams actually making the playoffs, and so the round robin's just for seeding, and then the playoffs will determine that only the top 4 teams in the women's side will earn points. With the men's, it'll be the top 5. Jeff Richard here looking to make the hit and roll and lie 2 behind the guard, and really put the heat on Team Matsumara here in the 5th end at the Driving Force Decks International. Great shot from Jeff here, and the pressure is on. So a freeze here will force Team Richard to a point, or at least a hard shot for 2. If you're looking for score updates, I'm not going to talk through it. You can go to curlingzone.com and get up to the minute scores. We've got volunteers upstairs here at Abbotsford doing the updates for you, so thanks to them for keeping us up to date, and curlingzone.com is where you can find those updates. As you guys would have learned last week in Inverness, it's not a curling club without a dog in the building, and we've got one here too. That was our manager Kent Bird's dog there. He's done a great job for us on the ice here this week so far, and what a shot here from Yuta Matsumara. So he'll get second shot there and leave a little bit of the button here for Jeff Richard to try to score his deuce here, and he'll give it a go. So 4-2 here. Jeff Richard is definitely going to take a 5-2 lead, and this is an opportunity to stretch it to a 4-point lead, and that's a big point here. 3 to 4 points difference there would make quite a difference. So chance to make a difference on the scoreboard here. Hog-to-hog time on this one is 15:75, so the sweepers will be able to drag it there. It looks pretty good. Great attempt, but it will just be a score of 1 here for Team Richards, so they'll take a 5-2 lead here after 5 ends of play. We'll be back in just a moment with 6th end action from Abbotsford.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You got to see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back to the 6th end here of the Driving Force Decks International Curling Classic here in Abbotsford, BC. Part of the World Curling Tour and BC Curling Tour. You're watching a former champion here, Team Matsumara, take on Jeff Richard. Jeff leading now 5-2. So we saw the first rock of Reese's made here with the draw top 8 foot there and the corner guard thrown, and Reese now just being asked to, I believe, put this one right on top of that. Or around it for that matter, sorry.
I wasn't sure if it was going to carry because he was out there.
Not a bad outcome for Reese there, just coming a little bit deep, but key there with a 3-point lead. Was not thrown any guards, so mission accomplished for him. And, you see lots of teams talk at this point on what the call is. Do you throw 2 centers on the same side, or do you throw, two corners on the same side, or do you throw a corner to the other side. The trouble with the corner on the other side is it really closes down your scoring area for later on in the end. So Team Matsumara is electing to throw the corner guard to the same side here and keep their options open. Reese's Rocks aren't in any kind of real threatening line there, so the good news is for Team Matsumara is I don't expect you'll see Team Richard throw a guard or anything on their necks. They're gonna move the angles around in the rings. Had those two yellows been maybe in like a perfect line in the top 12 and top 8 foot, you may have seen Team Richard throw a guard here and play a little bit more offense. But with the way those are in the line there, you're just going to see him Jeff try to change the angles a bit. The goal, if you're Team Richard here, is to force. You're up 3 without last stone, so a force to 1 here would be great. If you're Team Matsumara, it should be just to score a deuce. So they're looking just to score 2 here and. So looks like they're talking about playing some sort of hit here. I'm not sure it's necessary to play a hit here. You know, trailing by 3 here in the 6th end. Another option would just be to kind of move some of those rocks behind the tee line, maybe not fully removing them from play. But the key here is if you are going to play a hit, you really need to make sure your shooter stays in play. As there will be an opportunity for Team Richard to start peeling those corner guards in just a moment now. So it looks like a nice shot, but like I kind of said, you're trailing by 3, and maybe those rocks could have been put into a position that's maybe helping you later on in this end. Not the wrong call, but just maybe a little more defensive than the scoreboard dictates at this point in the game. So this one's really curling on Corey, and we'll see one of our first mistakes out of him of the night, and also going to leave a corner guard here. So opportunity here for Team Matsumara to hide behind that corner guard. So they are going to go and elect to play the hit and roll. Or no, they are going to play in the draw. Good. So they're playing the draw. I was concerned the hit and roll was called, and still a bit of a harder shot. It's not that it's not great if you don't make it, but it's just a very tough shot. So looking to draw this one behind the corner guard. So thirds first here. Tyler Klimchuk's looking to make a hit and stick. So that really nice kind of 10-second wait there, and makes the hit and stick. Control weight. Almost a bumper. So Yasumasa just, Tetsusuro is just looking to make the hit and roll here. Sweepers did a really nice job there holding that one, and I think it might be wide open, but we'll have to get an inside roll on it to not give Team Matsumara a chance to sit 2 on their necks. So nice shot there. So Tyler Klimchuk looking to get a little inside roll here and not give Team Matsumara a chance to sit 2 on their next, and they're really on this one early. And disaster here, and it'll be a chance to sit 4 in a moment for Team Matsumara in the 6th end. So out of nowhere here, all of a sudden, big end opportunity for the team from Hokkaido. So I'm going to see a little bit of a discussion happen here, and I believe they were talking about maybe just playing a draw here, but it's getting a little late in the end here. We're on to third's last rock, and sort of like the call they're making there, either a nose hit or a hit and roll in towards the middle. Based on the scoreboard, I don't think you're going to see Jeff ever throw a freeze in a minute. He's going to be hitting. So even a nose hit's fine here, but I think a hit and roll in would be ideal. We do have a complete game here. Team Montgomery being skipped by Miles Craig this week, I believe, as Jason just had his 2nd child. Won the game after 5 ends of play. Final score there was 8-1 over Rob Dennis. And back to our game here. We are going to see the hit attempt, and looks like the nose hit's good. A little roll to the inside would be okay. Team Richard leading by 3. However, it's Team Matsumara currently hitting to sit 4 in the 6th end. A pretty nice outcome there. Jeff can hit and roll away a little bit, and but he is going to try to kill the damage, obviously, and get 3 of them moving here with the triple. Tyler's just maybe suggesting could we hit and roll over there, but based on the scoreboard here, I think killing 2 is the call. Even giving up 3 here in the 6th end of play, you're still tied up playing 7. So like the call by Jeff here to try to eliminate 2 reds. Maybe even 3. And makes the double to leave Team Matsumara sitting 2. So the goal here is going to a place that makes the double as hard as possible. There's currently no double on the sheet. It looks like it'd be a pretty long one there for them to make. So just looking to draw around the corner guard here and hopefully set up the 3-ender. So Yuta Matsumara with his first here in the 6th end, drawn around the corner guard to sit 3, trailing by 3 to Jeff Richard. It's draw 1 of the Driving Force Dex International Curling Classic here in Abbotsford. .15:23 on the hog-to-hog time. The ice continues to be very quick with consistent movement. A nice execution there from the team from Hokkaido. So half a rock here should make the double. You can see more than that, so it definitely there for Jeff to try to cut Team Matsumara down to 2. Ooh, and a little bit of an oversweep there by Tyler Klimchuk. We'll see Team Matsumara have a chance for their 3 here in the 6th end and tie things up.
Stuff it in, but would never have far to go. Yeah, you gotta play. Yeah, that's right.
And no mistake made here with Team Matsumara scoring their 3 here in 6. So we'll be tied 5-5 after 6 ends of play here at the Driving Force Dex International Curling Classic, part of the World Curling Tour and BC Curling Tour. We'll be back in just a moment.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look, 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 look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back to the 7th end of the Driving Force Decks International Curling Classic here at the Abbotsford Curling Club. You're watching the 7th end, as I just said, and we're tied 5-all with Team Richard having last rock advantage. So, nice call there, nice call and nice shot there from Team Matsumara, and now you see Team Richard with the call to go open side in the rings. So a little bit of a tell here is that Team Richard's probably looking to blank this end based on this call. You may see Team Matsumara ignore this rock after this stone as they really want to try to get a force to 1 here if they can. A blank here for Team Matsumara really reduces their likelihood of winning the curling game. Nice execution there from Team Richard, and as expected, you'll see Team Matsumara now ignore that rock, and some might say that rock now that went to the open side is a bit of a wasted rock. A couple other places it could have maybe gone were to play a split, or maybe you could have gone top 12, top 8 foot around that center guard. So. Not to say it's the wrong call, but just based on the call here from Team Matsumara, you may see that yellow rock never actually come into play now. And nice execution there from Team Matsumara, and now you'll see Reese be asked to play around the center guard here after, again, that was kind of a tell for Jeff that Team Matsumara was going to put the offense on here, so he needs to play around those center guards and protect a little bit. If you're looking for score updates, we don't have the ability to show them to you on the screen, so just go to curlingzone.com and you can get up-to-date scores. Lots of close action here. We've got Cotter and Giel playing. Currently, Team Cotter trailing by 2, playing the 7th end to Team Giel. So great execution here in the 7th end by both leads, doing exactly what they've been asked to do by their skippers, and Yatsumasa now is just going to look to make the freeze here. If he ever bumped it behind the tee line, that would also be a good outcome here, but it's not necessary. Freeze is good, but We will be back tonight at 9 p.m. with Sean Giel playing Jason Montgomery here on Sheet 3. So please come back to join us for that one. So a nice opportunity here for Corey Chester to get a few Reds moving. You'll remember Corey made a big triple in the fifth end of this game for his team, and this is such an important thing for seconds nowadays to have in their toolkits with the 5-rock rule. You do see a few more rocks in the free guard zone, and a requirement to have a player on your team who can clean things up. Just a little high side, a little thin there for Corey, and he's only going to get the one. Likely see the same. Yeah, there you go. Just asking for that rock to be replaced now for Team Matsumara. Yasumasa Tanida here throwing the second stones. This team's from Hokkaido. You'll recognize them as being a former champion here of the Driving Force Dex International last season, I believe, and also recognize them from the World Championships last year where they came fourth. Coached by Bob Ursel from the Okanagan there in BC, so he's here this weekend working with these guys. So chance now for Corey to get at least a couple of these ones moving. They're in a little more of a straight line, so it's a little tougher than it was before, but still a good chance. And no mistake there from Corey Chester on the second. Makes the double and even makes contact with that one in the rings. So thirds first here in the seventh end, and seeing the guard again being asked for by Yuta. Really nice rock placement there, and Jeff's just going to ask to peel this guard, knowing that at some point Team Matsumara is going to have to make a play in the rings. So I think you'll see this peel shot continue for the next couple here if Team Matsumara chooses to throw the guard. So options, kind of other options besides just throwing that guard again now would be to play a sort of tap in the rings, but it's just a little bit early. I think you may want to wait at least one more for that to happen. So it looks like they are going to throw one more guard. Probably going to see some conversation happen here. The goal is to force, obviously, and not to give up a deuce. It's not about stealing at this point in the game. It's about how do we get to a force. And by just continuing to throw that center guard, you're likely going to give Team Richard a pretty reasonable chance for two. So are there any other shots on the sheet that can change that? One option would be to play a tap on that top red, so tap that red up on the yellow and maybe force a miss out of Jeff on his next. They're also looking at just hitting that open rock, and then Jeff would have to make a decision. He would likely maybe just do the same and exchange stones, but it would anyhow be a bit of a different call. But those are kind of the three options now: center guard, hit the open one, or play a tap. So we're going to see a little discussion here from Team Matsumara, and just really a key shot in the game. And they're going, oh, how do we get a force here? And worried that continuing to throw that center guard is going to give a pretty easy opportunity for Team Richard to draw for two. I really think Yuta wants to look at some other opportunities maybe to try to get a force out of this end. So he's looking at it, maybe playing that tap. The third option they talked about was hitting the open one on over there on the yellow, and seems like a weird call, but at the end of the day, that would maybe force a hit and stick from Team Richard. So I think that's kind of what he's thinking over there. But I really think he's on the right track, though, in that continuing to throw that center guard is just going to result in an exchange of peels, and then maybe a tap on your last one, likely leaving a draw for two. So if you're not happy with that kind of playing out, you do need to do something different here, and that's what the team's discussing. So really good discussion that just took place there from Team Matsumara, and they have decided to play a different shot. So they're going to play the open hit and maybe try to get the force by getting Jeff to group his rocks on his next. So as usual with these open hits, it's always super important to hit and stick around. Even if the hit and stick is made on this one, you'll likely see Jeff play a hit and roll on his next. So they are still going to be looking for a miss out of Team Richard in a moment, or a half shot for that matter. So Tyler Klimchuk just being asked to make the hit and stick here. If a double is left there to sit two, that was a great call from Team Matsumara a minute ago, and all of a sudden their force is on. Doesn't quite look like they can see enough of it though. So they're just going to be playing the, looks like maybe the hit and roll over here. Try and sit shot stone here. Currently you can see about half of it, I think. It's tough to kind of tell. Yeah, it's about half open right now. So I think the double is there if you wanted to just make the double and sit two. Might be a little thinner than is ideal, but it's there. So it looks like maybe the decision here is to nose this open one and try to set something up for his next. Not quite what was asked for there, and now Jeff is kind of looking to a place that he can go that isn't going to set up a double, and we'll give him a chance for his deuce. So back 8 foot, kind of right on the LTD sign is where they want to be. A little surprised by that call there by Yuta's team. It didn't look like they spent nearly as much time discussing that one as they spent discussing the call a moment ago, and not sure why hitting that back rock there was the call. I mean, if it was to make the nose hit, that makes a bit of sense, but hit and rolling in there didn't make much sense to me. But I'm thinking maybe he was just trying to make the nose hit, and that would have possibly set up a double for a future shot. Might have been what he was thinking. So Jeff's just looking to put this one back 8 foot, right, kind of on that limited sign in Driving Force Decks International Limited. Really nicely placed rock there. Oh, actually a little bit overswept by the boys, and it will be third shot. So we're quite heads up there, and Team Matsumara is maybe looking at playing a short little run back and roll in. That'll give them a chance to get the force on here again, and kind of things are shifting back and forth here in the seventh end. So chance now to hit this one a little bit on the high side and sit two and possibly force Jeff Richard to shot for one or a double for a couple. In other action, Team Giel is leading Team Cotter 5-4. Team Giel with Last Rock playing the 8th end. Team Wenzek is leading Team Gagnon 7-3. Team Wenzek without Last Rock in the 8th end. Team Wark is tied with Team Giles. Sorry, Team Wark's under Driving Force Decks International this weekend. That's their title sponsor of their team. Is playing Team Giles. They're tied up, playing the 8th end. Giles with Last Rock. And Team Gushalak and Team Purechuk are currently in the 6th end, so they're a little bit behind, tied up. Oh no, sorry, maybe it's just a lot of blank ends. I'm not certain. I'm hoping it's blank ends, but they are tied up 3-all. In either the 6th or the 8th end. And back to our sheet here, we do have the short run back and roll attempt coming up from Yuta Matsumara. Looks like he's close. And he makes a beauty here to lie two and force Jeff Richard to draw for his point here in the, or he's looking at the double. He's going, okay, do I really want to be up one, playing 8? Maybe I want to have a go at this double to score my deuce. And it all depends on your preference. Are you okay being one down coming home? And it looks like Jeff is happy being one down coming home. So he's going to have a go at the double and try to get his 2-point lead here now. So Team Richard here, they're a new team, so they're playing their third event, so they're probably still sorting out their preferences in terms of where they'd rather be. But it's a really common discussion for teams is where would you rather be, one up without or one down with? And with the 5-rock rule, we're starting to see a whole lot more teams be more and more comfortable at being down with the hammer as being just one up without. So good call here from Jeff, and he's going to try to get his deuce though still. And he makes a beauty, so that's going to put Team Richard up 7-5, playing the 8th end of play, and nice call from Jeff there to get his team their deuce. We'll be back in a moment with the 8th end from the Driving Force Decks International here on the World Curling Tour.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You got to see this. Look, 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 look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back to the Driving Force Decks International Curling Classic here at the Abbotsford Curling Club, part of the World Curling Tour and BC Curling Tour. You're watching Team Jeff Richard take on Yuta Matsumara from Hokkaido, Japan. It is Team Richard leading 7-5 after a nice double from Jeff in the 7th end. Shiha Abe here being asked to throw the corner guard. We do have another final. Team Wenzek defeated Team Gagnon 7-3. Nice shot there from Yuta. Reese Gamache now is being asked to throw his second here into the top 12 foot. Nice shot there from Reese. Good pair. As a lead there, you really want your rocks to be in front of the tee line and as much in a straight line as possible. So rock position there for Reese was spot on. Again, you're going to see Team Matsumara throw a second corner guard here, and they're sticking with them both being to the same side of the sheet. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage tonight. We're going to be coming back to you at 9 p.m. We have coverage of every draw that's on sheet 3 coming at you. So check out the draw schedule on curlingzone.com and worldcurl.com. And beginning tomorrow at 9 a.m., we'll be bringing lots of curling to you tomorrow as well. So after the second corner guard was made there, you're going to see Corey being asked to throw a tight guard here. So this is another example of defending against the 5-rock rule. Is with a 2-point lead, you don't necessarily need another guard, but you don't have an opportunity to peel yet. So you need to do something, and mission accomplished there for Corey. And Team Matsumara recognizing they need to score 2 this end. They're going to try to eliminate a couple yellows. It goes without saying that they need to save their shooter here. They're trying to hold it. Looks like they might make the double on the back one here. And, good execution there, and Jeff here just wondering how to defend against all those guards, and he's saying, okay, if I can't get rid of all the guards, do we just need to throw another one? But a little risky here to start guarding all of a sudden in 8 up 2. So he's going to play one more right in the rings. So he's going to play the freeze here on his own. Another option would have been just to peel that top corner guard, or maybe play a double peel of some sort, but recognizing it's getting a little later in this end, I guess, Jeff's going to defend with a little bit of offense here. Line and weight look really good on this one. It's all about managing it, and they lost it. So all of a sudden here, 4 guards up, and a chance for Team Matsumara to make good use of them. So obviously it comes down to execution there, but it was a call there too tactically that maybe could get looked at, and was that a little bit of aggressive call based on the scoreboard. So just looking to get the hit and roll here, trying to get this one to curl as much as they can, and really nice execution there. Keeps the yellow in play too. That might come into play a little later if you need something to jam. So nice shot there. And all of a sudden, Team Richard is maybe getting forced to play some runbacks. So. Just to keep you up to date on our other sheet in action still, Team Cotter, Team Giel. Sean Giel has a draw to the button for the win, or actually, sorry, a tap back for the win. Team Cotter is currently sitting one top button. And Klimchuk will have the jam there, and all of a sudden the 3-ender's on. If execution continues here for Team Matsumara, they're going to try to place this one either around the corner guards. Other option would be to go around those 2 yellows, but like this call here to go around the corners. Wants to ensure he's out counting that rock in the back 12-foot here, so needs to be full 12 on this one. Happy to overbury it even and get it out of sight. The good news for Team Richard is they still have those 2 yellows in that control zone area, so they threw some guards. They put some rocks in play earlier in this end when they could have maybe peeled, and when you do that sort of thing, your rocks remain in play. So they can use these rocks a little later if they need to. That's the good news. And glue that one right on the face, and I think Tyler's going to be asked to maybe make a hit and roll here, if he can see any of that, or maybe they're just going to throw it hard. I'm not just going to try to have a look and see how open it is. So looks like he's trying to make the double action, get them both moving here. So this one's going to be thin, and it'll be an air ball, and he'll get nothing there. And all of a sudden now, Team Matsumara has to be careful about what they do on this next, because Jeff may just shift things and start to make use of those 2 yellow rocks he has in the 4-foot area. I'm not sure how much of that rock was open on Tyler's first. Obviously, missed execution there, but I'm not sure how much of that rock was open, and it might have been worthwhile to consider trying to make a hit and roll there if it was if you could see a bit. But bottom line is there, he was just a little full and flashed. So it looks like they're going to take their time here and look at all the options on this particular shot, and where can they place this. And my fear is if you throw one just open in the top 12 foot there, would be that Jeff would just tap one of his yellows up and maybe start to bring play towards the middle. So I think if your team Matsumara, you want to try to reduce the likelihood of that happening too early here. We're not seeing an extra end, so it looks like Sean Gill made his draw for 1 and defeated Jim Cotter in draw 1. So there's a final there for you, and this is our only game left in action now. So the options are to go around those 2 yellows and sit one top 8 and sort of choke off any opportunity for Jeff to use those 2 yellows. I like that call. Another option would be to go around your corners and sit 3, but you are going to give Jeff a chance to make use of these yellows. So I like their call here, if they do make it, to go around the center, the 2 yellows, and try to reduce Jeff's ability to use them. If you can leave him just biting the top 8 foot, top 12 foot, even half open, it's in a really good spot. So it looks like the call here, just to use the telestrator, is to sort of be in this area here. So just looking to do this, even if they get it fully buried over in this area, that's great.
It was a good game to watch.
So mission accomplished. They can still use that rock, and however, it may have set up a double here on the right-hand side of the sheet. So it just came a little deeper than they wanted. So the call was just to kind of get that one half buried, top 12, and just came a little deeper than they wanted. Jeff's just looking at now making the double, and what will that leave Team Matsumara? Doesn't look like any kind of triples there. As they just talk things through here, I'd like to quickly recognize our title sponsor, Driving Force Decks International Limited. And also like to thank the Abbotsford Curling Club for hosting the event here this weekend. Kent Bird's the manager ice maker, and he's doing a great job here this weekend along with all of his volunteers and staff.
Hey Sarah, how are you? Good, how are you? Good, good.
So looking to get a couple reds moving here. Nice shot, and we'll leave Team Matsumara sitting, one buried, and they're now going to play around these two yellows, and the question is, will Jeff be able to use either of them? And it looks like they're a little overlap, so he may still be able to use that right one. So you really don't want your rock to end up sort of here where I've circled, because then Jeff could potentially play a short run back with that right yellow. So this is sort of that not ideal location on this shot, just because you would leave this run back able to get made. Another option, if it's straight enough, would have been just to maybe to play this way, and then you're never going to leave. Then you're never going to leave a run back of any sort if you kind of put it right on this side. However, Jeff probably then plays this shot. So what you really don't want to do here, though, is leave a double. So the risk with playing this out turn is also that you're likely could leave a double on your rock placement. So I'm not totally sure why they chose to come this way, but they did. Team Matsumara looking to sit two buried here. A nice shot there to sit two and likely force a freeze here or a short little run back out of Jeff. As we sort of talked about there a minute ago, though, by playing that out turn side, though, you do leave Jeff a chance to use this right, this yellow if he wants. So he can play this shot now if he chose to. Had you drawn this way, that opportunity wouldn't have been there. So not saying it was the wrong call there a moment ago, but by playing it this way, you did sort of open up Jeff's options. So Jeff, based on the scoreboard here now, is just looking to make the hit and roll and try to sit shot stone and really avoid giving up that 3-ender here. Does have to risk a potential jam though on that back yellow, obviously. Another option here would be to play a freeze. So you could freeze on that red that's top 4 foot, and that greatly reduces the scoring area for Team Matsumara. So they would then be forced to either make a tough in-turn draw or maybe play some sort of run back or something to get their deuce that way. So the freeze is also a really reasonable option. Not the hardest shot in the world either when you start to look at the difficulty of some of those other shots Jeff's looking at. So the times we've sort of been seeing here have been about 15 seconds, 15 and a quarter here. Now that there's nobody out on the ice, we'll see how things have maybe changed. I'll try to get a hog-to-hog time here for you on this key draw from Team Richard, currently leading by 2 in the 8th end. You're watching the Driving Force Decks International Curling Classic here on the World Curling Tour, NBC Curling Tour. Reese Gamache and Corey Chester are the sweepers here. Just looking to glue this one right on the face of that rock, almost biting the button. Yeah, nice shot there, and question is, can Matsumara get to the inside and maybe push that aside for three? And if we were seeing tons of curl, I would say for sure, but I'm not certain we're seeing quite enough curl for that shot to be there. But it's tough to tell. Tough to tell. It might be there. Other option would be to play that in-turn draw for one, but really a tough shot as well. So this might be their best chance. If that guard were a little higher, I would definitely think this might be there, but they're almost edge to edge, and they're only about 3 feet apart, so pretty tough here to cross the face. But they're going to give it a go and try to score 3 here in the 8th end. It would be quite a finish, a 3 and 6 and a 3 and 8 to win by 1. That would be an exciting scoreboard. So the former champion here, Yuta Matsumara, with a chance to potentially win his first here in the first draw of the Driving Force Decks International Curling Classic. Needs to cross the face. He's close. And it just doesn't look like it was quite there, and it'll be looks like it'll be a score of 1 for yellow in the 8th, and it'll be an 8-5 final. But great attempt there, and exciting game. Team Richard, though, will get the win here, and we'll be back at 9 p.m. for Draw 2 action at the Driving Force Decks International Curling Classic. I'd like to thank our title sponsors of the BC Curling Tour, Bel Air Direct and Best Western. Also like to thank the support of Curl BC and Via Sport through the Hosting BC program in bringing you this coverage tonight and the rest of the weekend. My name is Will Sutton. I'll be back with you tonight at 9 p.m. Thanks very much.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
look like we're doing a very kind of.
Hell of a yeah. People might think we're out here just bugging around doing this. This is valuable work.
Yeah, don't screw it up. No, we've got a kind of a high pay scale here.
I know.
We got to make it look like we're doing a good job.
so much nicer when the handles are all
Yeah,
lined up.
I do,
don't they?
yeah. Yeah, when they see us on TV, these rocks like that, they'll say, "Holy God, look at that!"
Yeah, and they'll say these guys know what they're doing here.
I think we should mix them. Two red, two yellow, two red, two yellow.
There's a party. I think that's.
I think that's a hell of an idea.
Yeah.
Ask the boss if that's okay. See as I won't let us run.
Mix the yellow, red, yellow, red.
Yeah, alternate them, and then go sheet by sheet too. Like put one on 8 or 6, and yeah.
Great for TV.
Oh.
Probably very.
I'll put all the ones. You put all the twos.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Bert.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put all the snow right where those red rocks are.
I'll get that. I'll get that rock mover.
Yeah, get the rock mover,
Hit the rock mover.
and then
Yeah.
go with the red, yellow, and red over and mix on the snow.
Hey, Bert, if you sit in this thing, I'll pull you around the ice. Like a little toboggan. Oh, shit, man, they're hard to move. When you put them in there like that.
That was my objective.
No, just straight. Big old 6 working with that number. Let's put it down and speak to that number. Please run.
Okay. Yep, we're just waiting for a little more snow. It's not really enough to kind of put 2 shovels to.
No.
Some of the guys have left their gear out here, I see. Geez, we were 4
four of us went out to Poppy this morning.
Oh,
We had a 9:30 time. Ended up with a frost delay getting on about half hour late.
a frost delay. Oh, okay.
But it was really gorgeous out there today once it got
Yeah,
going.
no
Sun
kidding.
shining and very little wind. And
I'm surprised that Poppy even acknowledged that,
what, the frost?
Yeah.
Well, they got different owners. And apparently, someone said. We got our what?
Don't set that one down anywhere.
So something wrong with it or what?
It'll be all wet.
Yeah, from there, I agree.
Huh.
He's got so much help here now. It's great.
What's that?
He's got so much help here now.
I know, it's wonderful.
Yes. So Poppy was good.
Yeah, it was in good shape. Dry, it wasn't any real soft spots, so it was good.
Good.
Yeah. Game was front nine. I think I shot a 37 or 36,
Oh, hey.
and then the next three holes and 10, 11, 12 was like double bogey. Well, I ended up with a quad on one. For the first three holes on the back nine was kind of disaster, and then it came around.
Oh, okay.
It
Well,
should have
hey.
been 81, but anyway. Yeah, first round they were going where they were supposed to go. That's my fault for putting that damn thing right there.
Every time I get it, it's always like this. It's like this. Right here. Yeah. Hey.
Who wants to use the mop? Big mop.
Oh, let me just run for it. Let me run for it.
that?
11.5 turns.
Oh, that's on the scraper blade here?
Oh, okay.
So we nip with the scraper, it gives a little better job than the other nipper. I can adjust it a little easier. Once burn is done, we can put the hacks in with the covers on. Okay. Yeah, if it's streaming, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'd do, maybe with my t-shirt on so I can show my muscles.
Yeah. What's that?
Just cleaning up. Do they do that? We see that on TV.
Push it right over. What we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do this. This is what they do on TV after every draw.
Oh,
You
shit.
have a
Okay.
screw like this come out, they scrape everything, and do exactly what we're doing.
Shit, then next time I'm going to wear my muscle shirt. Huh?
Yeah.
I told you.
Now you're ready to go to the Briars. Yeah. This melts into the ice a little bit.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, filter up. Over here. Okay, I got it. Let it go.
Okay.
There we go. I got my own little system.
Okay.
So I usually do it by myself, right? Because you're usually sleeping in. So I got to do it by myself.
No, I'm usually watching that time of the day. I'm usually watching the porn.
Not the sports updates?
What's that?
Not the on one, and I'll nip right behind you. One more over by the water bottle over there. We're missing one.
Yeah.
We're missing a rock. Oh, there we are.
They must chuck these when they take them off. Cause
garbage can over